Welcome. Welcome to the video series on Dutch language and culture. In this series, you will learn about the Dutch language, what it is and where it's spoken. My name is Esther Ham, teaching professor and Dutch language coordinator at Indiana University.
And my name is David Bolter, PhD candidate in the Department of Germanic Studies at Indiana University.
Dutch is the official language in 3 countries: the Netherlands, Nederland, Belgium, België, and Suriname.
It also has official status in several Caribbean islands, including Aruba, Curaçao, and Sint Maarten, which are all constituent countries of the Kingdom of the Netherlands.
Dutch is also spoken in the Caribbean Netherlands, which include the 3 special municipalities of Bonaire, Sint Eustatius, and Saba.
Historically, Dutch was spoken in Indonesia, which was a Dutch colony for 350 years. We'll talk more about cultural and culinary interaction between the Netherlands and Indonesia in a later lesson.
The daughter language of Dutch, Afrikaans, is spoken by roughly 60 million people in Namibia and South Africa.
Of the 24 million native speakers of Dutch, 23 million are found in Europe, 17 million in the Netherlands, and another 6.5 million in Belgium.
But what is the Dutch language? What is its history? And what languages is it related to?
Dutch is a West Germanic language, which means that it is related to the North Germanic languages, Icelandic, Faroese, Norwegian, Danish, and Swedish, but most closely related to English, Frisian, and German. Let's look at a map to see this.
Dutch, here shown in yellow, can be seen next to German, in green, to the east, and English, in orange, on the British Isles to the west.
If you look closely, you can see a light orange color in the north of the Netherlands. This is where Frisian is spoken. We'll discuss that more in a later module. Next, we should consider what characteristics are typical of the Dutch language.
In terms of grammar and structure, Dutch is just about halfway between its 2 closest relatives, German and English, just as it is on the map.
For example, Dutch has grammatical gender, but only 2, common, de, and neuter, het, and not 3 like German, masculine, feminine, and neuter. Dutch, like English, has minimal grammatical case, which means that nouns do not change form according to their use in a sentence.
Additionally, Dutch verbs only have 3 distinct forms in the present tense: maak, maakt, maken. And adjectives only have 2 distinct forms: een groen boek and een groene man. This is a little more than English, but considerably less than German.
But Dutch, like German, does like to have verbs cluster at the end of sentences. Example: Ik weet dat hij dit boek gelezen heeft. I know that he, this book, read, has.
So, if you're interested in learning a language closely related to English that isn't too complicated, why not learn Dutch?
What about the name of the language itself? What does one call the language?
In Dutch, the language is known as Nederlands, which literally means Netherlandic.
What about the word Dutch? What does this word mean, and why do we use it?
Yes, some Americans may have heard of Pennsylvania Dutch, the language of some Amish and Mennonite communities in Pennsylvania and elsewhere, but this is a dialectal variety of German, and it's not directly related to the Dutch language spoken in the Low Countries, a name for the Netherlands and Belgium collectively.
That's right. In fact, the word Dutch has a complicated history in English. Historically, the word was used to refer to any continental West Germanic speaker. But today, the word has come to refer only to the language of Belgium and the Netherlands.
Some of our viewers may have also heard the Kingdom of the Netherlands referred to as Holland in English, but technically this refers only to a specific region in the Netherlands.
Although this region is politically and economically significant, the formal and official name of the country is the Netherlands. The cities of Amsterdam, Rotterdam, The Hague, Den Haag, are all found in North and South Holland, Noord- and Zuid-Holland. And that brings us to our last topic in this video. What is Flemish?
So far, we've talked about Dutch with reference to the Netherlands, but Dutch is also the largest of the 3 languages of Belgium, België.
In Belgium, Dutch is spoken by about 60% of the population, primarily in the northern part of the country that also borders on the Netherlands. This region is known as Flanders, Vlaanderen.
The capital, Brussels, is located inside the Dutch-speaking area, but French tends to be the dominant language here, even though both languages have recognized status by the local government.
Sometimes, the variety of Dutch spoken in Flanders is known as Flemish in English, Vlaams. But it is important to emphasize that these varieties are generally considered under the larger umbrella of the Dutch language. We'll talk more about the spoken Dutch in Belgium in another video.
Thanks for watching the first module on Dutch language and culture.
Tune in to our future modules on food, traveling, and other aspects of Dutch culture. Until then, tot ziens!